Welcome to Drunk Bible Study. This show's mission is to read every single word of the greatest story ever told. A warning to our listeners, the hosts of this show are sinners, but they're doing their best. There will be drinking and there may be some swears. They did say they'd try to keep it clean, but I wouldn't put my money on it.
I'm Emily, and this is Drunk Bible Study, where we teach you. Oh,
I love this.
All of the things about the Bible. No, I was like...
Fresh new intro.
No, I know, it's a new intro. No, I was thinking about you two, actually. I was like, my good, great friends, Jason Dedeker, teach me, a born and raised atheist, all about the Bible. Yeah, I feel for you two today, because I understand that this is like the last time that you're together for a little while, so... I love you both. My heart goes out to you.
Why, thank you.
Yeah, it's the last time I get to be drinking in the evening. Because
that's true.
From here on out, on Drunk Bible Study Day at our live shows, it's going to be like 10 in the morning or something like that. So I got to switch my drink repertoire to a breakfast-friendly drink.
You did
repertoire.
Do a lot of Bloody Marys.
Yes. Yeah. I got to get some Bloody Marys, got to get some mimosas. What else do people drink in the mornings?
Bellinis.
Some Bellinis, maybe some boozy coffee.
Yeah, I was going to say like Irish coffees and stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get on the Irish coffee train. I could really, really up my game there.
I mean, this morning you had that like maple coffee situation, right? Or like a brown sugar coffee that kind of had that like pancakey flavor to it. So you could kind of go that direction too.
Did it have alcohol in it?
Starbucks did not put alcohol in it. No matter how many times I asked them to, they refused.
You're like, listen, I have a podcast today.
No, those types of Starbucks exist, I thought, in Seattle.
No, there's...
Boozy Starbucks?
No. Yeah, the what are they called?
There are Starbuckses in Seattle that have beer and wine, but not like, they don't make mixed drinks. It's not like the Starbucks that we all went to in Shanghai. Or whatever that was. That actually had like legit cocktails.
The Reserve, that's what it's called. Yeah, the Reserve Starbucks. Okay, well, that's all right.
Yeah, Samantha in the chat is asking about boozy kombucha. That'd be a good breakfast drink to start your day.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Get some probiotics in there.
Vaguely healthy for your gut biome.
Indeed.
Yep.
Yeah, vaguely biome healthy. And then, screw it all up with the alcohol, but it's fine. It's fine. It kind of cancels each other out.
You don't think the probiotics are encouraged by the alcohol?
Maybe.
Yeah, I feel like they love
I don't know.
They love it. I think they love
Wouldn't
it.
they love it? Like if I can have a party and my gut biome can have a party, everyone has a good time.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Yeah, I like that. Well, let's go with that for sure. Okay.
These are all good ideas of things we should serve at the Archipelago Sandwich Pub when we open that establishment.
When we're open for brunch.
Yeah.
On Saturdays and Sundays. I can't do that every single day. Brunch is the worst. I'm just going to say, if you've ever worked in a restaurant, brunch is the literal worst. So let's not do that every single day. But Saturdays and Sundays are okay. Alrighty. So here we are. Almost. We're at the penultimate episode of Isaiah. I cannot wait to get out of here. Really, I cannot. It's going to be okay. I think that I'm not the only person who feels this way, according to the chat. But what happened last time? We had some fun times with Yahweh, as always. We had a bet that Yahweh isn't going to ever be mad. Yeah.
Let me clarify. The bet was that he's not going to be mad and punitive because of it. That he's
not going to kill someone.
I worry that you're kind of trying to retcon things here by making it moving the goalpost at this moment.
Talked about this last time. He can still be disappointed, but he's not going to enact his anger upon.
Okay.
I do agree with that. Yeah, I thought that at least by the end of Isaiah, he would kill someone again, probably.
And I'm saying he won't. I think it's all
Okay.
uphill from here, but in a good way. I never know how that expression goes.
What about in Jeremiah?
Well, okay, yeah. So I was looking into this a little bit because I was curious about what we have coming up. So next after this, we're doing the book of Jeremiah, also the book of the bullfrog, as we will probably call it. And so basically the interesting thing is that Isaiah prophecies about the capture and fall of Israel and Judah, and then their eventual comeback tour, right? After they are rescued from Babylonian captivity.
Uh-huh.
And then Jeremiah prophecies about the same things. The difference, though, is that Isaiah lived like 2 full kings before any of this happened. And maybe some of his books were written afterward, as we've talked about, or compiled later, versus Jeremiah, who wrote during the last king into the captivity a little bit. So he actually like lived during Babylonian captivity. And then after that, we're going to do Ezekiel, who lived like through all of the captivity to the after part. So like their lives do kind of go chronologically one after the other.
Okay.
But I get the impression that Jeremiah is kind of prophesying about very similar things.
Okay.
So anyway, but I don't know. However, I have heard that their writing styles are very different.
Yeah.
In Jeremiah, we're going to get more like personal stories about Jeremiah as opposed to Isaiah. That's
nice.
just all prophecy and acid trips.
Yeah, Isaiah's just all drugs all the time. You don't really get to know the guy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to...
Yeah, Jeremiah's like, Dear Diary,
right.
I'm Jeremiah.
Exactly.
Today I went out and sat in a cornfield and thought about God. And then he spoke to me. It was cool.
Yeah. So that's exciting. I'm looking forward to seeing what Jeremiah is all about.
Amazing. Yeah. All right. Well, besides that, what are we drinking?
Well,
on this this night drinking
time.
Yeah,
my last
you,
opportunity to night drink ever for the rest of my life is
no.
I'm drinking something very interesting. So it's a pre-mixed cocktail in a bottle. It's rum, rye whiskey, ginger, and bitters, and it's called Hercules Mulligan. And it's
Hercules Mulligan. Yes.
It is so tasty for
oh, that's what Hercules Mulligan tastes like.
He's super tasty for basically just being hard alcohol mixed together with a little bit of flavoring and bitters. It's very creamy. It's very kind of almost like eggnoggy, Christmassy, spicy, but it is just served over ice just straight out of the bottle, and I love it.
Lovely. That's very cool.
It is pretty nice. Yeah. We both discovered that last week, I guess. We did an online spirit tasting.
Okay, so this is
where
from
we
that.
ordered the stuff beforehand and then did that tasting, and that was one of them, was the Hercules Mulligan. Yeah.
Very cool.
So what I'm drinking is something that we talked about a few weeks ago, which is some 19 Crimes, but I got the Snoop Dogg one because we had to find out what he's all about.
Yeah, I've had it.
It's not my favorite.
Like it at
all.
all.
Both of your faces.
Not like it at all.
I'm seeing both of your faces gave the same level of disappointment.
Yeah, Snoop, I'm sorry, man. It just wasn't, it was not a good wine, unfortunately.
Aww.
And I've had other 19 Crimes that I've enjoyed, and that one has been my least favorite by far.
Yeah, so
sorry, Snoop.
It's a red blend, and it's just too sweet, I think. It just tastes a little bit like fruit juice.
Wait.
And
which surprised me about Snoop. I didn't think that he would put his name on something. Really?
No, I expected that.
Oh.
Well, okay, Snoop Dogg, as we all know, hosted the Puppy Bowl this last year along with Martha Stewart.
I didn't know that.
Well, you missed out.
I did.
But actually, I mean, they were hardly on it. There were like 2 scenes of the 2 of them, and it was mostly just watching puppies, which was great. But they each like taught a drink recipe on it. And his was like this super fruity fruit punch gin and juice kind of thing. And I was just like, okay, sure. Like that's kind of your deal. And so when this was fruity and sweet, I was like, okay, yeah, I guess that fits with what I gathered from your drink making on the Puppy Bowl.
So it's like a wine that wants to be gin and juice, but is actually a wine.
Maybe, yeah. It's hard to say. And then I found out there's another Snoop Dogg 19 Crimes wine that's actually a rosé. So it's like even sweeter. So he's like doubling down on making sweet wines.
It's not necessarily even sweeter. There are many rosés that are quite dry.
Yeah, how do you know? Snoop could surprise all of us.
Yeah.
With the dry rosé.
I want to get my hands on this rosé Snoop.
Yeah, give it a try. The description, though, right up front was like strawberry flavored. So I'm like, okay this is going to be a sweet situation. However, I will say from a marketing standpoint, they did do a good job that they have a Snapchat filter where you can put yourself on the bottle of 19 Crimes.
Oh, yeah.
Snoop wine, in that style. Like they'll have the pictures of the people on them. Anyway, I have not tried it because I have not used Snapchat in many years. So here we are.
Yeah, not really a big thing anymore.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be dissing Snoop because I am literally drinking gin and juice. Or gin and strawberries, actually.
Oh,
so there you go.
Nice.
This is a work drink called the Strawberry Smash. And it has, the aquafaba is kind of like dissipated at this point, but it's just muddled strawberries, aquafaba, lemon. I put gin in because I'm out of vodka, but vodka would be like a less offensive flavor with it. But it's lovely. It's a beautiful drink, and then it has like little powdered strawberry around the rim.
Oh, I
so
thought that
that's
was
kind of
just
fun.
Sugar or something. Wow, powdered
It's sugar
strawberry.
and powdered strawberry.
Wild.
Yeah, that's what we use at work, and so I like
Okay.
to steal a lot of work drinks because they're really good.
Nice.
Nice.
So,
All right.
highly recommend.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
If we're ever going to get through Isaiah, we need to get up on this.
Yeah.
So here we go. We are continuing on with Isaiah. 4 chapters today, chapters 60 through 63. Today is the penultimate episode. Next week will be the last episode of Isaiah. So please come join us for that and the quiz afterward and the bonus episode. It's going to be amazing. If you want to read along with us, you can go to drunkbiblestudy.com/read. Now, as we get started, we want to remind everyone to read responsibly and drink responsibly.
You can drink along with us, or you can listen while you're in the car.
But please do not do both at the same time. And with that, Isaiah 60. Arise, shine, for your light is come. This sounds like the opening to a song or something.
It is
Oh!
from Handel's Messiah.
Oh, of course.
God bless it every single time.
Dedeker's super over it. I'm like, oh, that's cool. But I'm also just so impressed that Jace knows the song that well. That well, Jace. You know this entire thing like word for word, I swear.
But like, okay, think about it. Like, if you heard some random line and you were like, "Oh yeah, that's like that line from Hamilton
Yeah,
or Rent
okay,
or
yeah.
the last 5 years," I've probably listened to Handel's Messiah more times than I've listened to any of those things, and I could probably also pick out most lines from those things.
All
so
right.
it's just one of those things I've listened to a lot.
Sure.
I wouldn't even call myself an expert on it. It just happens to be a musical that I've listened to a lot.
Got it. Beautiful. All right. Arise, shine, for your light has come, and the glory of Yahweh is risen on you. That's, I mean, like he's the sun, and like,
Is risen upon thee.
there you go. Yeah, like his rays are on
His
you.
God rays. Perfect.
His God rays, yeah.
That's God rays. That's good. Yeah.
For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the peoples. And gross darkness the peoples. Who wrote this? But Yahweh will arise on you, and his glory shall be seen on you. Nations shall come to your light, and kings to the brightness of your rising. Lift up your eyes round about, and see, they all gather themselves together. They come to you. Your sons shall come from far, and your daughters shall be carried in the arms. I guess in the arms of the sons?
Of the angel.
Sarah
Far away
McLachlan
from
did
here.
not write this. Okay. Then you shall see and be radiant, and your heart shall thrill and be enlarged. That sounds potentially dangerous. Because the abundance of the sea shall be turned to you. The wealth of the nations shall come to you. The multitude of camels shall cover you.
Whoa. Wait, hold on.
Good.
Cover you? It's going to cover you. Not it's going to come
that
to you.
sounds also
Trampled
dangerous.
by camels.
This is like a Lion King reference, except for we're in, Jerusalem?
In the
Where the
Middle
heck
East
are they?
somewhere.
So
yeah.
it's
the
okay,
Middle
but
East.
it's instead of a wildebeest stampede, it's a camel stampede. That's just
Correct.
going to wipe
That's
you
good.
straight out.
Camels can run really quickly also, right?
Yes. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be stepped on by a bunch of camels.
They're not herd animals, I'm assuming, not like wildebeest.
Sure they are.
Are they?
Why not?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Why not?
I don't know. We don't know anything about
I've only
camels.
seen like maybe 3 at a time together in movies.
I've never seen any camels together in person, so I have
Yes,
no idea.
You're right. I haven't either, but I
Okay,
also haven't
hold
seen a
on.
wildebeest. Oh,
I
yes.
just Googled it. And I'm
Okay.
going to drop a line from Jurassic Park on you to answer it. Herds. They do move in herds.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you.
That's good.
Thank you for looking that up. Okay. The multitude of camels shall cover you. The dromedaries? Did I say
Sorry,
that
it's
right?
still funny.
Oh, the dromedary?
Uh-huh.
The
Yeah.
dromedary. What
Yeah.
does that mean?
It's a camel.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a type of camel.
with like multiple humps.
Oh, dromedary only has one.
Got it. But the other camels have 2.
Yeah.
Cool. The dromedaries of Midian and Ephah. All they from Sheba shall come. They shall bring gold and frankincense and shall proclaim the praises of Yahweh. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together to you. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister to you. They shall come up with acceptance on my altar, and I will glorify the house of my glory. That sounds like a euphemism. Who are these who fly as a cloud and as the doves to their windows?
Who are they?
I don't know. Who are they?
Who are they?
Surely the isles, you know the ones, shall wait for me, and the ships of Tarshish first to bring your sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, for the name of Yahweh your God, and for the Holy One of Israel, because he has glorified you. Foreigners shall build up your walls, and their kings shall minister to you, for in my wrath I struck you.
Okay, he's talking about the past, though.
Past tense. Come on now.
He's not
Don't
not
get too
threatening
excited.
future violence yet. Not yet.
Okay. He drank that wrath drink, and so, he struck you, which is terrible and sad. But in my favor have I had mercy on you. Your gates also shall be open continually. They shall not be shut day nor night, that men may bring you to the wealth of the nations and their kings led captive. For that nation and kingdom that will not serve you shall perish. Yes, those nations shall be utterly wasted.
Yep. Can relate.
Jeez.
Wasted.
Super wasted.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely going to screw up a bunch of other places, but not necessarily his own people.
Yeah.
At this particular moment in time.
I'm remembering the specifics of the bet was not only was he not going to enact violence upon his own people, but also not threaten it. That was part of it. So he's not going to threaten them either. And it's so far that's still okay because he's saying he did this in the past.
Really skirting the line there.
Did we not get something last week that was like, I'm angry, but I'm not going to do anything?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like he can express his feelings, but he's not, threatening about it.
I mean, he's, that's good. He's being a better boyfriend these days. Good for him. He's learned things.
Yeah.
He's listened to our other podcasts.
Right.
Yeah. The glory of Lebanon shall come to you, the fir tree, the pine, and the box tree together. I forgot about the box tree. To beautify the palace, the place of my sanctuary. And I will make my place of my feet glorious. Glorious.
Now he's getting into landscaping around the temple.
He's gotten into everything else.
At first it was all about the inner renovations and the interior design and all the gold. And now he's like, ooh, this yard though. These porches, all these many porches. Yeah, let me just put up a nice hedge here, maybe a fountain, a little water feature. Oh, that'd be nice. Can I get some sod? It's for God.
Sod for God. I like that.
Please make that a thing.
So I just want to give you some of the message here real quick. So this line, I wasn't even paying attention, but this line just jumped off the page and into my eyeballs. And that's from a couple verses before. Your Jerusalem gates will always be open. Open house day and night, receiving deliveries of wealth from all nations and their kings. The delivery boys! Exclamation point.
Wait, what does that mean?
Full stop.
The Amazon Prime drivers.
They're going to love it. It's going to be amazing. Okay.
You're going to have so many cardboard boxes, you're not even know what to do with them.
Oh, gosh. Do you remember the time?
Your cats are going to love it.
Your cats are going to go nuts, yeah. Do you remember the time when we all were like having to get new bags for groceries? We couldn't bring in bags. I had so many bags during the pandemic. It was awful. I couldn't go to the grocery store without getting a freaking new bag. It was terrible. So, similar.
Very similar.
The sons of those who afflicted you shall come bending to you. And all those who despised you shall bow themselves down at the soles of your feet. They're going to pick up your feet and bow down to the soles. And they shall call you the city of Yahweh, the Zion of the Holy One of Israel. Whereas you have been forsaken and hated, so that no man passed through you, I will make you an external excellency, a joy of many generations.
Ooh.
You shall also suck the milk of the nations.
Whoa, okay. I was in and now I'm out.
Cool. Cool.
I liked it when it was rivers of milk and honey, where it's like, it's there. Just take it. Just scoop it up in a bucket. If this is I have to seek it out and then go suck that milk.
Just wait for the next line.
Okay.
Here we go. And shall suck the breast of kings. Didn't we have this conversation before?
We did. That's weird that male breastfeeding has come back around twice in the same
Maybe
book.
God is just like really coveting that. He's like, I really want this to be a thing. Then why didn't he make
this
it?
This is a real design flaw that I've identified.
I should have noticed this the first time around. It's really taken me a long time, but I just, man, if I could release a patch, I would.
That would... like cyberpunk, like God's just like releasing all of these patches.
Yeah,
to, like,
the male breast milk patch.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the only one. He doesn't solve like institutional racism, sexism, poverty, disease, illness. No. Male breastfeeding.
But male breastfeeding, you got to get that one.
It's really the only one that he cares about, quite frankly. Shall suck the breast of kings, and you shall know that I, Yahweh, am your savior and your redeemer, the mighty one of Jacob. For brass, I will bring gold. And for iron, I will bring silver. And for wood, brass. And for stones, iron.
What
the heck
is
for wood, brass?
Yes,
brass.
Yes. We're
see.
missing some punctuation. That's what's going on.
Yeah, okay.
Wait. Oh, I see. For wood, brass. Okay, so for gold, iron. For
gold
silver.
beats brass, silver beats iron, brass beats wood, and iron beats stones.
Got it.
We'll turn it into a game.
Yeah.
We just got to come up with the hand signals for it.
Yeah.
And we'll Rochambeau and it'll be great.
Yeah. Okay. I will. We gotta workshop that. I will also make your officers peace and righteousness your ruler. Violence shall no more be heard in your land. Desolation nor destruction within your borders.
Yeah.
But you shall call your walls salvation, your gates praise. Cool. These names are lovely. What?
The message, she says, you'll name your main street Salvation Way and install Praise Park at the center of town.
Oh my.
Eugene.
He's really trying to make it cute. He's really trying to make it adorable.
He's really trying. That is true. No one denies that. He is really trying.
No, he's
I
trying.
do want to look up if anyone has made Praise Park, because if not, they're sitting on a gold mine, you know?
Yeah, does that come up in Google Maps?
Let's see. That's a good question. Praise Park maps. Okay, yeah, there is a Praise Park in
where? Utah,
South Africa.
Oh,
wow.
Also in the United States. Let's see. Where are these? There's one, looks like it's on the border between Kentucky and West Virginia.
Not surprising.
There's a place called Praise Park Ministries in Alabama.
Oh.
And then there's also in Indiana, there's a Praise Park.
In a lot of places that I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The sun shall be no more your light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light to you, but Yahweh will be to you an everlasting light. Oh, like the even star.
Like from Lord of the Rings.
Correct. I'm
okay.
Oh, no, not the even star, but Galadriel gave that thing, bottle of like light juice.
Yeah,
to give
that
to
not
Frodo.
The even star?
It wasn't. The even star was Arwen's.
Oh
thing.
yeah, wait.
It was the light. It was the light of
star.
Like,
what the heck was
Arendelle or Elendil? Something
our
like
most
that.
beloved star. I love her. She's amazing.
Yes. Okay, that's exactly what's happening right now.
Correct.
Perfect.
That's funny. It's like the extended scenes in Fellowship. So basically, God is like giving everyone like their things, but it doesn't make the final cut of the movie.
Right. That's why we've never heard of this before.
Exactly. That's why you have to watch the DVD in order to get like the backstory.
DVD of the Old Testament, the DVD of Isaiah, which is Drunk Bible Study, to get all these extra scenes.
The 206 DVD set.
Yeah. / like the HBO Max version of this. Yeah. Okay. What are DVDs, by the way? Your son. Okay, Yahweh will be to you an everlasting light, and your God your glory. Your sun shall no more go down, neither shall your moon withdraw itself, So they're going to be
both gonna be
happening
up all
at the
the
same
time.
time? Yeah, that sounds really bad. Like a bad idea, Yahweh.
Not good for the ecosystem.
No. For Yahweh will be your everlasting light, and the days of your mourning shall be ended. Your people also shall be all righteous. They shall inherit the land forever. The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. The little one shall become 1,000, and the small one a strong nation. I, Yahweh, will hasten it in its time.
Okay.
Great.
That's
I
it.
love it. Great.
Yeah.
Great.
That was great.
Sweet.
Okay. Are we ready? Chapter 61.
What?
The Spirit of the Lord Yahweh is on me, because Yahweh has anointed me to preach good news to the humble. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to those who are bound, to proclaim the year of Yahweh's favor and the day of vengeance of our God. Okay, skirting that line. Really skirting that line.
He likes to throw out that he could be angry.
But I think this is
cruising
about the
for-
enemies.
I know.
I think this is about the enemies.
He's
He's
just
cruising
saying.
for a bruising, like Dedeker is trying to say.
cruising for bruising somebody else.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, yeah, sure. No one denies.
But it's like I don't know if this is true because I didn't have a dad, but he's like the father who's like, you're cruising for a bruising, maybe, or something. Maybe.
He's kind of the dad who's like, I will pull this car over.
Yeah.
And then doesn't.
We will turn
And it
around
doesn't.
right now.
Yeah.
If that other guy were in my car, I'd pull this car over. Maybe.
I see.
If your mortal enemy were in my car right now, I would
Yeah.
pull it over.
Exactly.
Good.
I'm going to get back to the Bible.
Cool.
To comfort all who mourn, to appoint to those who mourn in Zion, to give to them a garland for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness.
I think
That
these are the same trades we were doing before with getting
Yes.
better materials. Okay, got it. It's a pattern.
Yeah, so
here.
we
It's
trade
good.
in our ashes for garland. We trade in our mourning for the oil of joy. We trade in the spirit of heaviness for the garment of praise.
Hot ashes for trees,
Yep.
warm air for a cool breeze,
Warm air for a cool breeze. Yeah.
cold comfort for change.
What's
yeah, okay.
that? What are you referencing?
It's Pink Floyd. Come on, Emily.
Oh, I need to listen.
That they may be called trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh, that he may be glorified. They shall build the old wastes. They shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. Strangers shall stand and feed your flocks, and foreigners shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers.
Oh, we
What
love
a deal, right?
Yeah.
Your vine dressers. What's that?
Vine dressers. I assume people who take care of the vineyards.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they put them
Oh.
up on those little trellises or plant them or something like that.
Lovely.
Or maybe we can look up what a vine dresser is. Let's write that down for the bonus, shall we?
Sure. It's your job, Dedeker. You've got to do two jobs at the same
I don't like it being my job all the time, but that's okay. I'm doing it.
You're so good
I'm
at
doing it with a gladful heart.
You know what?
Okay.
You're so good at it, though.
Thank you. Thank you. But you shall be named the priests of Yahweh. Men shall call you the ministers of our God. You shall eat the wealth of the nations, and in their glory shall you boast yourselves. Instead of your shame, you shall have double, and instead of dishonor, they shall rejoice in their portion. Therefore, in their land they shall possess double. Everlasting joy shall be to them. For I, Yahweh, love justice.
Oh, okay.
Why don't you prove it then?
I believe that Yahweh loves justice. I think he maybe has a very intense definition of justice, but I wholeheartedly believe that he loves justice.
Okay.
Yeah, that does check out, I suppose. A certain justice. A certain
For
justice.
For I, Yahweh, love justice. I hate robbery with iniquity, and I will give them their recompense in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them. Their seed shall be known among the nations, and their offspring among the peoples. All who see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which Yahweh has blessed.
The seed.
Do you see those over there? That's the seed. They're the seed.
Always bless them.
Whoa.
I will greatly rejoice in Yahweh. My soul shall be joyful in my God, for he has clothed me with the garments of salvation.
Wonder what those look like.
He has covered me with the robe of righteousness, as a bridegroom decks himself with a garland. And as a bride adorns herself with her jewels. Do bridegrooms do the whole garland thing? I'm imagining
not
very,
any that I know.
Like plasticky Christmas tree tinsel is what comes to mind for me.
That's good.
Maybe a popcorn.
I feel like a lei, maybe.
A lei is good.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
good.
They're getting married
for a
in
Hawaiian
Hawaii.
beach wedding.
Yeah.
Love it. Yes.
For as the earth brings forth its bud, and as the garden causes the things that are sown into it to spring forth, so the Lord Yahweh will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all the nations.
Wow.
Sweet.
That's it.
See, this is sounding great.
That was bada bing, bada boom.
It is surprisingly uplifting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's nice because often we have a lot of anger and sadness in these chapters, and we're doing something different here.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's this Trito Isaiah, Trito Isaiah is all,
Right.
Sunshine and moonbeams.
That's what we get for dealing with the rest. Deutero and Proto.
Mm-hmm.
We get to this now, and we're happy.
Yeah.
Yay.
All right, so before we go on to the next 2 chapters of Isaiah and then our Psalms, we're going to take a quick break to talk about how you can support this show and help keep this coming so that we can make it through the rest of this ding-dang Bible.
All right, folks, welcome back. And now it is time to move on to chapter 62.
Woo!
Woohoo. For Zion's sake will I not hold my peace, and for Jerusalem's sake I will not rest until her righteousness go forth as brightness and her salvation as a lamp that burns.
It's just like all about the metaphors today.
Okay, he's kind of threatening this indirect, I'm going to burn you through my child who is so righteous that they will burn you.
Okay. I saw it less as a threat and more of just the glory of how bright they're burning.
I'm thinking second degree here.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
The nations shall see your righteousness and all kings your glory, and you shall be called by a new name, which the mouth of Yahweh shall name.
Which is...
What is it? No.
We'll find out. You shall also be a crown of beauty in the hand of Yahweh, and a royal diadem in the hand of your God. You shall no more be termed forsaken, neither shall your land any more be termed desolate, but you shall be called Hephzibah, and your land Beulah.
I preferred Israel, but that's
Okay,
just me. That's just my interpretation. That's, yeah.
I never...
There's gotta be,
I'm
sure there's got to be translations to Hephzibah and Beulah, right? It's a little bit disconcerting that they translate the other bad terms, but they don't give us the nice ones.
Okay, let's
What
see
does
here.
Eugene say?
Well, Eugene doesn't have much good to say, but the Complete Jewish Bible always gives me translations for the names, which is nice.
Okay.
Or meanings for the names. So he says, verse 4, you will no longer be spoken of as Azuvah, which means abandoned, and your land be spoken of as Shemama, which means desolate. Rather, you will be called Hephzibah, my delight is in her, wink.
Whoa.
And your land,
Whoa.
and your land, Beulah, which means married.
To whom?
So,
Oh, okay. All right.
To God? We are married to God, which I guess is like what you guys talked about when you talked about the ring
Well,
and the promise.
I
that
mean,
promise
the-
ring.
No, that's a little bit different. It's more the imagery of being married to God, or especially married to Christ, is pretty common, especially on the Christian side of things.
That's a lot of people being married to Christ. I'm just saying.
Well, technically, nuns are supposed to be like married to Jesus.
Do they have rings?
I don't think so.
Not that I know of, but
Okay.
that's their whole thing, is that they're married to the big G.
Jay.
Well, that's kind of one and the
GJ,
same.
whatever.
Oh,
Whatever you wanna
I
call
guess,
it.
yeah, okay.
Yes.
God or Jesus.
Yes.
Okay, fine.
For Yahweh delights in you, and your land shall be married. For as a young man marries a virgin, so shall your sons marry you. And as the bridegroom rejoices over the bride, so shall your God rejoice over you. It makes total sense.
Wait, your sons are going to marry your parents?
That is
What?
a little confusing.
What's happening?
I have set watchmen on your walls, Jerusalem. They shall never hold their peace, day nor night. You who call on Yahweh, take no rest, and give him no rest until he establish and until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. Yahweh has sworn by his right hand and by the arm of his strength, surely I will no more give your grain to be food for your enemies, and foreigners shall not drink your new wine for which you have labored. But those who have garnered it shall eat it and praise Yahweh, and those who have gathered it shall drink it in the courts of my sanctuary. Good.
Cool.
Go through.
Cool.
Go through the gates, prepare you the way of the people, cast up the highway, gather out the stones, lift up an ensign for the peoples. Behold, Yahweh has proclaimed to the end of the earth. Say you to the daughter of Zion, behold, your salvation comes. Behold, his reward is with him and his recompense before him. They shall call them the holy people, the redeemed of Yahweh, and you shall be called sought out, a city not forsaken. That's the end of the chapter.
So we're just like renaming?
Oh.
Renaming stuff? What's happening?
This, I can get this, especially understanding the context of like speaking to a nation that has now endured or is about to endure, depending on how you want to interpret this, many, many years of occupation and slavery and all these things. That this is, it's quite uplifting, right? It's quite encouraging to say that, you know, your enemies are not going to take your food anymore. You're going to get to own all the stuff that you want to own. And also on top of that, you're not going to be ashamed anymore. You're not going to be infamously associated with being this crappy nation that other people could just walk all over. You're going to be cool and beautiful, and I'm going to marry you.
And also this whole thing of changing names for a big, you know, like a meaningful event happens and you change your name. We ran across that a lot in the Old Testament too, right? Of people changing their own name to like, I'm going to change my name from beautiful times to I'm so sad because of this bad thing that happened, you know, so makes sense. It fits.
Beautiful.
Didn't someone name their child like life really sucks?
Something like that, yeah. Okay, last chapter of Isaiah for today. The title of this one in the message is Who Goes There? Okay.
Who goes there?
Who is this who comes from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This who is glorified in his clothing, marching in the greatness of his strength? I who speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Is that the answer? That it's me? It's me? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you red in your clothing, and your garments like him who treads in the wine vat?
He's like clothed in red.
And like
red
purple and red.
purple.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. He's like from The Handmaid's Tale. He's a handmaid.
Okay, yeah. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the peoples there was no man with me. Yes, I trod them in my anger, and trampled them in my wrath, and their lifeblood is sprinkled on my garments, and I have stained all my clothing. For the day of vengeance was in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore, my own arm brought salvation to me, and my wrath, it upheld me. I trod down the peoples in my anger, and made them drunk in my wrath, and I poured out their lifeblood on the earth.
Okay, again, just reminding us of past violence in a way that you know what?
Yep.
I think he's just gotten sneakier at being threatening. Honestly,
that's what I'm saying. He's like the dad who's threatening violence.
He went to therapy, and therapy just enabled him to do all the same crappy things, but just with better vocabulary. Happens all the time.
Dedicerness.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So he's fueled and he's soaked in all the blood of all the blood. Okay. Great. I will make mention of the loving kindness of Yahweh and the praises of Yahweh, according to all that Yahweh has bestowed on us. It's like hard non sequitur.
Tips.
What? Okay. And the great goodness toward the house of Israel, which he has bestowed on them according to his mercies and according to the multitude of his loving kindnesses. You know, this reminds me of Monty Python and the Holy Grail, when he's like, so that you may blow thine enemies to tiny bits in thy mercy.
Yeah.
It's that like super violent in thy mercy, you know? Yeah, okay. Cool. According to the multitude of his loving kindness. For he said, surely these are my people, children who will not deal falsely. So he was their savior. I feel like maybe we're changing who's talking a lot. Like we're jumping between characters.
I have this problem all the time. Like, who really is talking? I don't know.
Yeah,
Is it Isaiah? Is it God? Is it Isaiah is it God through Isaiah? I don't know.
Is it other characters that show up for a moment? Like
whom?
Well, remember there was like the Messiah guy that we learned later maybe was this king of
you mean Jesus?
No, the other Messiah guy. Come on now. Keep up.
No, we can't go down this because no one's going to remember, and we're just going to have the same conversation we have every time about not remembering
ugly
things.
Messiah. That's Jesus, right? We have this conversation. Okay, whatever. It's fine. Keep going.
Okay. Yes, he was at Jerusalem too. Anyway, let's see here. For he said, surely these are my people, children who will not deal falsely. So he was their savior. In all their affliction, he was afflicted, and the angel of his presence saved them. In his love and in his pity, he redeemed them. And he bore them and carried them all the days of old. But they rebelled and grieved his Holy Spirit. Therefore, he was turned to be their enemy and himself fought against them. Then he remembered the days of old, Moses and his people, saying, where is he who brought them up out of the sea with the shepherds of his flock? Where is he who put his Holy Spirit in the midst of them, who caused his glorious arm to go at the right hand of Moses, who divided the waters before them to make himself an everlasting name, who led them through the depths as a horse in the wilderness so that they didn't stumble?
Okay, hold on. This metaphor. Let me unpack this metaphor.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
He is leading the people as though they are a horse in the desert and he is leading them to a good place, or as in he is a horse leading the people through the desert because the horse knows better and is maybe better adapted to be in a desert.
I feel like the latter.
I read it the second way.
You think Yahweh is the horse?
Yahweh is the horse.
Yahweh is the horse.
Oh, that's weird. Like,
dragging him along.
Do horses know better?
I mean,
I suppose it depends on the body of knowledge that we're testing the horse on, right? I mean, I think a horse knows better than me as far as like which types of hay are the most delicious. I don't know shit about that.
I suppose.
But I mean, if this horse has been down this path a lot, you could just throw someone on that horse and they'll just go.
Right, exactly.
So it depends on the context. Yeah. The question is he a horse with no name? Anyway.
I doubt it. He has a name and he loves to say it.
That's true.
Okay?
That's true. As the cattle that go down into the valley, the Spirit of Yahweh caused them to rest. So did you lead your people to make yourself a glorious name. Look down from heaven and see from the habitation of your holiness and of your glory. Where are your zeal and your mighty acts? The yearning of your heart and your compassion is restrained toward me. For you are our Father, though Abraham doesn't know us, and Israel does not acknowledge us. You, Yahweh, are our Father. Our Redeemer from everlasting is your name. O Yahweh, it sounds like we're doing a prayer. O Yahweh, why do you make us to err from your ways and harden our heart from your fear? Return for your servants' sake, the tribes of your inheritance. Your holy people possessed it but a little while. Our adversaries have trodden down your sanctuary. We are become as they over whom you never bear rule, as those who were not called by your name.
Okay, now hold on, because this is throwing a whole... Amen, yes. Okay, that was throwing a whole other wrench into the works of this line of, Yahweh, why do you make us do bad stuff that goes against what you are telling us to do? Why are you making us harden our hearts from fear? Well, I think this cracks into the whole free will / predestiny / God's will, God having a plan sort of argument, that creates a lot of confusion and distress for a lot of people when they stumble upon this one. But yeah, this idea of, okay, well, if God gave us free will as human beings, how come we do things that sin against God? If he knows that he doesn't want us to do that thing, but also if he knows what's going to happen and everything is under his power, do we say that he's the one who enables us to do those things? Like, why would he do that? That's the whole thing.
Is this maybe Isaiah kind of being the first one in the Bible who's like, wait a minute, hang on. if you're in control of all this stuff.
This is why we never hear of Isaiah again, because he's like, you know what? Then I became an atheist. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Then the drugs started to wear off, and I was like, hold on. Hold on a freaking minute.
Hold on. Hold up a minute. Yeah.
Oh, boy. The fact that the words harden our hearts is back reminds me of when we talked about that back with Pharaoh, where we're like, wait a minute. So God is hardening Pharaoh's heart specifically so he'd say no, so then he could do the plagues? Like, what? And now it's kind of Isaiah asking the same question about them. It's like, wait a minute. So you made this happen because you wanted to punish us, or like what? I'm confused. So that's
how can God get mad at anything? Because he made it happen, right?
Well, yeah, it's almost like you can't have it both ways. You can't have a God who is...
he's having a cake and baking it and then eating it and then getting mad about it.
Wait, hold on. So he had a pre-baked cake and then he's baking it again and then eating it and then getting mad that he baked it again?
No, I'm saying he baked it. He looked at it and he was like, that's a pretty cake. And then he ate it and then he's like, I hate this cake. And then he gets pissed.
And so then he made another cake. So this metaphor is getting away from us here.
Well, I mean, he made another cake, and that cake was after Noah, I guess.
Okay, second cake is after Noah, but he still doesn't like that cake very much.
He hates it. He's just staring at it, and he's like, I want to smash the cake.
But I'm not going to smash the cake. I did.
He smashes it a little bit.
He constantly reminds the cake about how he did smash the former cake.
Correct.
Many times.
Right. Yeah, you got to have that. Yeah.
But David is not the cake, exactly.
No. David is not the cake. David is like the cherry on top that Yahweh plucked off to save for later because he loved it so much.
Or David is like the sous baker, the sous chef.
The sous chef.
And he's sitting next to him and is like,
oh, okay.
I love you guys. I'm going to do some psalms about you, which we're about to do.
Yes.
Let's do them.
And now it's time for Silly Psalms with DBS, the part of the show where we read psalms.
Good job. Okay. Psalm 25 by David. Wow, this just says by David. David did this one, duh. To you, Yahweh, I do lift up my soul. My God, in you I have trusted. Like it says in the Declaration of Independence. That's not what this says here. Let me not be put to shame. Don't let my enemies triumph over me. Yes, no one who waits for you shall be put to shame. They shall be put to shame who deal treacherously without cause. Show me your ways, Yahweh. Teach me your paths. Guide me in your truth and teach me, for you are the God of my salvation. I wait for you all day long. All day.
Wow.
I sit at home and I wait for you. Yahweh, remember your tender mercies and your loving kindness, for they are from old times. It's true, old times.
It's interesting how this kind of relates to what we were just reading.
You know what?
Actually.
We
remember back
planned
when you were
this.
loving to us?
We planned this. We made this happen. Definitely. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, you're right. We're great producers.
Don't remember the sins of my youth, nor my transgressions when
David.
did all those things. Remember me according to your loving kindness, for your goodness' sake, Yahweh. Good and upright is Yahweh, therefore he will instruct sinners in the way. He will guide the humble in justice. He will teach the humble his way. All the paths of Yahweh are loving kindness and truth to such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. For your name's sake, Yahweh, pardon my iniquity, for it is great. What man is he who fears Yahweh? He shall instruct him in the way that he shall choose. His soul shall dwell at ease. His seed shall inherit the land. The friendship of Yahweh is with those who fear him. He will show them his covenant. My eyes are ever on Yahweh, for he will pluck my feet out of the net.
Just the feet? Are we dangling from the feet and he plucks it out? I feel like if I'm in a net, my whole
your whole being
form
is in the net.
It's probably in the net.
But what if it's a tiny
just
net?
Around my feet?
Apparently, the tiniest of nets. Turn to me and have mercy on me, for I am desolate and afflicted. The troubles of my heart are enlarged. Again with the enlarged heart. I don't know. Oh, bring me out of my distresses. Consider my affliction and my travail. Forgive all my sins. Consider my enemies, for they are many. They hate me with a cruel hatred. Oh, keep my soul and deliver me. Let me not be put to shame, for I take refuge in you. Let integrity and uprightness preserve me, for I wait for you. Redeem Israel, God, out of all his troubles.
Wow.
That's it. That was by David. He wrote a little poem for God.
Psalm 26 by David.
Oh,
also same heading for this one. Judge me, Yahweh, for I have walked in my integrity. I have trusted also in Yahweh without wavering. Examine me, Yahweh, and prove me. Try my heart and my mind, for your loving kindness is before my eyes. I have walked in your truth. I have not sat with deceitful men, neither will I go in with hypocrites.
No, sir.
Nah.
I hate the assembly of evildoers, and will not sit with the wicked. At the lunch table, it's like,
They're at a different lunch table than me. Okay?
I will wash my hands in innocence. So I will go about your altar, Yahweh, that I may make the voice of thanksgiving to be heard and tell of all your wondrous deeds. Yahweh, I love the habitation of your house, the place where your glory dwells. Choice. Don't gather my soul with sinners, nor my life with bloodthirsty men, in whose hands is wickedness, their right hand is full of bribes.
Just the one right hand, got like a fistful of dollars.
Yeah, exactly. Bribes?
As for me, I will walk in my integrity. Redeem me and be merciful to me. My foot stands in an even place. In the congregations I will bless Yahweh.
Cool.
That boy, he's just so full of devotion. He must have been writing one of these like every night before he went to bed.
Oh, for sure. This was like
So many.
Dear Diary, a psalm by David.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When did he have the time? Because he was doing all kinds of kingly stuff
He was doing all kinds of people.
doing all kinds of people. He was like, when did he have the time to sit down and compose all of this? Do you think he actually outsourced some of this? Was he like a pop star where he gets his name put on the song, but really it's like a whole team of producers
He had a
behind the scene?
ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Oh, so I was thinking it was
Ghostwriter.
actually like Avril Lavigne wrote it or something, or Dolly Parton, or, someone else who writes everyone
Oh yeah,
else's
where he
pop
totally
songs,
throws you.
right?
You're like, what? Bob Dylan wrote this? Wow.
Maybe
Yeah.
this was his like ritual. It was his habit. He made sure that this was a habit that he had, and he made sure to do it every single day. It's like
That's some
working out.
dedication.
Yeah.
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 This
for
was
sure.
his workout instead of actually working out.
He wrote a letter to God,
his
and then
loving heart.
well, God bestowed him a beautiful toned body. Maybe
Maybe.
that was what happened.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's how he got it.
Wasn't expecting that, but-
I like this very different kind of workout strategy. It's like instead of actually working out hard to get the body you want, you work out your devotion so that God will just give it to you.
There you go. Yeah.
I mean, that's basically the prosperity gospel, right? It's just that with money. But
Yeah, you're
we
right.
could try to take that and market it in the other direction of getting a ripped bod.
Sean in the chat just said "Body by Devotion." That's
that's good.
the name of that new product, and the
Body
Abdon
blessed-
5000 could be part of it.
Yeah.
Blessed body.
Yeah. Hashtag blessed body.
Blessed body.
A
TM,
hashtag
TM.
blessed body.
That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, guys. I know this podcast isn't going to make us rich.
Nah.
All these business ideas we get out of it, they sure will. So
One of them. If we come up with one business idea each episode, something's got to pay
We
off.
It'll work out,
have
yeah.
though. We like almost
Yeah.
have. Okay. All right. Shall we bring her home?
let's do it.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us for Bible study today. If you want even more Drunk Bible Study, including ad-free episodes, early releases, personal toasts on the show, and more, become one of our patrons at patreon.com/drunkbiblestudy. If you enjoy the show, take a moment to subscribe and then write us a nice review on iTunes, letting other people know what you like about it. If you're interested in coming to any of our live shows, go to drunkbiblestudy.com/live. You can also join fellow listeners in the Drunk Bible Study Fans and Fellowship Facebook group. Find us on Twitter at Drunk Biblecast, on Instagram at Drunk Bible Study, or send us an email to info@drunkbiblestudy.com. Drunk Bible Study is created and produced by Jace Lindgren, Emily Matlack, and me, Dedeker Winston. Our theme song is Book Club by Josh and Anand from their album Home of the. For more information, visit us at drunkbiblestudy.com.
I made a memory about your dad. He's in a book club. emotional.